Lopez drives the lane, is blocked out, kicks it back out to Stauffenberg, who fakes the three. Brendan now shoots from 7. It's in and out, not good. Paxton with the rebound for the Riverton Wolverines. Paxton all the way down on the left-hand side, across court to Vincent. Vincent in the corner. Bringing it back out now is Hutchison underneath the basket. No, the drive is up and off, not good by DeVries. DeVries. Lander gets it. There's Abe Lopez. He shoots it in, and a player control foul on Abe. He has a tendency to do that, Shawn.
Yes, he does. I was just about to say the same thing. He definitely has that momentum bringing him into the paint, but he has trouble depicting whether or not it's going to be a charge or not. He typically gets those a lot.
Riverton has the ball in the backcourt. 5:14 to go first period. 5-2 Riverton on our WyoToday.com scoreboard. Here's the inbounds pass. Vincent gives it on the far side. Lander putting on a little bit of pressure. Back over to Paxton. Paxton in the backcourt all the way down to Monroe. Monroe to Vincent. Vincent in the corner. Gabrielson for 3. Hits the side of the backboard. He gets his own rebound. The shot is blocked. And a lot of elbows flying there under the basket. Lander comes away with it. It's Lopez, drives again, whistle, and a foul on the drive for Abe.
And if he doesn't get the charge and he doesn't get the points, he typically gets those fouls right there that put him on the line.
Go
ahead.
Personal foul was by Vincent for his first.
He shot 90% from the free throw line, 9 out of 10 on Friday against Mountain View. And he did it with a lot of confidence. They're
not going to give him a shot. They're going to give it to him out of bounds. So Tigers have the ball under the Wolverines' basket. Inbounds pass to Lincoln. Lincoln drives the paint, puts up a shot. Too strong. Not good. Monroe with the rebound for Riverton. Hands it off to Paxton. Paxton down court. Gabrielson in the corner. There's a long shot. Up and good by Ty Sheets, who just came into the game. It's 8-2 Riverton. Down court, here's Braden Lincoln. Off to Stauffenberg. Washburn has it now. Washburn to Lopez. Lopez behind him. Parker Sixby for 3. No. Monroe high for the rebound. He crawled the ladder to get that one. Off to Vincent. Vincent brings it down to Monroe. Monroe on the right side outside. Ball goes over to Ty Sheets. Now on top of the key to Vincent. Vincent with it. Stops over to Gabrielson now. Gabrielson in the middle to Monroe, just outside the free throw line, and he's fouled by Parker Sixby. First personal foul on Parker Sixby, and it's not a shooting foul. And we have folks coming in. Talon Whalen coming in.
Talon
Whalen coming in. And Bartoni is coming in for the Tigers. Here's the inbounds pass by Monroe of Riverton. Comes in quickly to Parker Paxton. Parker on the right side outside, gives it down to Sheets. Sheets faked the 3, back to Paxton. Little bit of contact there, no whistle. Back to Monroe, drives to baseline, can't shoot. Over to Paxton. Paxton outside the arc. Over underneath, it goes to Sheets again. Sheets back over to Paxton for 3. He's got it.
That is Paxton's bread and butter right there, is the three-point shot. He's had multiple games over 22 points thanks to that. And Lander's going to take a timeout, try and stop the bleeding. 11-2, 3:26 to go in the first quarter. Riverton, all Riverton.
The answer is probably no. Oftentimes, your loan is packed with additional charges that can drive your monthly payment higher than it should be, costing you thousands of dollars more for your car. Hi, this is Patty, and here is your second chance to get the payment you deserve. Visit Atlantic City Federal Credit Union today for a courtesy loan review. We've helped our members save money by refinancing their vehicle with us. Now it's your turn. Open your eyes to a credit union. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.
Ernie over and Shawn O'Brate back with you in Riverton. The Wolverines with an 11-2 lead over the Tigers. Lander will have the ball. I'm not sure what they're waiting for. I guess they're clearing the cheerleaders out from underneath the basket. Is that what they're doing, Shawn?
They're talking to Carl Cody, which is our photographer. I really hope that they're not asking him to move. He's been there all day long. And yeah,
they're making him move.
They don't want to, and I guess it's because he's blocking the only padding on the wall. So if a player were to run past that, they would have to run into the pads there. Okay,
play back in process now. Here's Stauffenberg for Tigers. Over to Whalen. Abe Lopez. Lopez moves it in back to Whalen on the left side outside across the key to Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg on the near side. Washburn. Ball high above his head, moves to his right side now, off to Lopez. Lopez can't drive the baseline, off to Bartoni. Bartoni at the baseline, kicks it around the horn. Well, Lopez has it now. Lopez in the corner, off to Bartoni, to Stauffenberg for three. It's good!
Nice bounce there for it.
Brendan Stauffenberg has 4 points, 5 points, all of Lander's points at this time, the three-pointer. Here's Paxton. Gives it off to DeVries. DeVries back to Paxton. Over to DeVries on the left-hand side. Looked like you want. Well, here, try it.
Nope, it's back on. It's just
back on.
It goes green, orange, red, green, orange, red. So
Abe Lopez brings it down for the Tigers on the right side outside. Off to Stauffenberg to Caleb Bartoni. Far side to Lopez. Bounce pass is knocked away out of bounds by Riverton. Lander will control. 2:07 to go, first period of play. Riverton 11, Lander Valley on the scoreboard. You're listening on 93.1 KFCW and viewing the game on YO Today, YouTube. Thanks for joining us. Here's Whalen on top, over to Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg near side, Lopez. Back to Stauffenberg on top, over to Whalen. On the near side, Lopez does a 360 in the lane. Ball's knocked away, picked up by Stauffenberg for two. Brendan Stauffenberg got the rebound and the 360 move, and it's a 4-point game, 11-7 Riverton. Gabrielson with it in the backcourt, over to Vincent, now into the forecourt. Vincent brings it all the way down to Nathan Hutchison. In the corner, Monroe for three. No, not good. Ball's knocked away, picked up by Vincent. Vincent to Hutchison, in the middle to Monroe, in the lane. Off on the near side now to DeVries. His shot is up, off, not good. Rebounded by Washburn for the Tigers. Off to Stauffenberg to Lopez, who brings it into the forecourt on the right-hand side. Now to Bartoni, over to Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg back over to Whalen. Whalen moves it to the right side of the arc. Bartoni to Whalen. Whalen back over to Lopez now. Lopez midway between the two lines, drives to baseline, lays it up. No, not good. Little hook shot, not good. 54 seconds to go, first period, 11-7 Riverton. Here we have a foul called on the Tigers against Hutchison. And it'll be Stauffenberg, I think, gets the call.
It will be, yeah.
That's his first, the team's third team foul. Riverton will have it out in front of the Lander basket. 49 seconds to go here. Taking it out is Cade Gabrielson. Gabrielson almost in the corner.
Brooklyn John coming in much earlier in the game than he typically does. A lot of times we don't see him until they're up by a lot or they're down by a lot.
He gives Abe Lopez a little bit of a rest. Here's Paxton. Paxton for the Wolverines. Near side Gabrielson in the middle. Back to Gabrielson. He's about 10 feet out. Now outside the arc. Back to Paxton. Back to Gabrielson. 36 seconds to go.
Almost
long pass to Vincent. Vincent underneath. Gabrielson lays it up. No, it doesn't go. Vincent with the rebound for two. Jason Vincent now with 5 points, and it's 13-7. Tigers come down. 21 seconds to go. Here's Whalen. Whalen in the corner, near side to Brooklyn John. On top, Whalen. Over to Parker Sixby. 10 seconds to go now. Caleb Bartoni to Whalen on top of the key. 7 seconds to go. 4 seconds to go. 2 seconds to go. And Whalen throws up a prayer. It's not answered. Well, the Tigers didn't have any offense there. They were not ready for that 10-second play. It's 13-7 at the end of one period of play. The Riverton Wolverines with the lead.
A well-drawn-up game plan can be the difference between wins and losses. The same can be said about your mental health. Making a game plan to talk to your children can make a huge impact on them and help make them feel supported and listened to. The good news is, this winning game plan isn't hard to implement. All it takes is you starting the conversation and being ready to talk. If you need helpful resources and tools, you can visit FremontCountyPrevention.com.
At some point, everyone is a pedestrian.
When you're driving, yield to pedestrians.
Wear light clothing.
Walk on a pathway instead of the road.
Look out for pedestrians.
Avoid distractions like your phone.
Look out for pedestrians, they're everywhere. We are the Wyoming and Lady Chiefs. We need you in our stand.
A proud sponsor of this broadcast is Bailey Enterprises. For over 50 years, Bailey has become the name you can trust. With Pit Stop Travel Centers, you can fuel up and stock up on trip snacks at locations all over Fremont County. You can also put your trust in Bailey Tire and Auto for service to keep handy for those times when your luck runs out on the road. Refresh at the Speedway Cafe with a dine-in meal or a round of carry-out with a variety of specials to keep you going. Go with Bailey.
3, 2,
Stauffenberg has got the ball for the Tigers. It's Riverton 13. Stauffenberg has 7. There's a shot up and good. Was that Bartoni?
No, that was Lincoln that came
Oh,
in
that was
underneath the basket. Braden Lincoln.
Okay, very good. Braden get that. Someone popped up right in front of me. I didn't get to see that. Okay, down court now where the Wolverines have it. Underneath the basket, long shot. Gabrielson for 3. No, not good. Rebound goes to Derek DeVries. DeVries back to Gabrielson at the baseline. Can't shoot. Pops it back out on top to Vincent. Vincent near side, Paxton Parker. Or Parker Paxton.
If you're reading the name backwards, yeah.
That's right. Here's Paxton in the corner. Vincent for 3. No, not good. Rebound is going to be saved by Riverton. No, goes out of bounds. Lander will have it.
It was close, though. Nathan Hutchison had a hand on it. He just didn't turn around fast enough.
7 minutes to go in the first half of play. Riverton 13, Lander 9 on our WyoToday.com scoreboard. Here from Riverton. And, Shawn, we've got a full house.
It is a full house. We have enough people in front of us that I don't believe that we could have any room for a tripod if we were to try and put it up right now.
There's Bartoni handing the ball. So Stauffenberg for 3. Nailed it! Brennan Stauffenberg with 10 points in the game.
And now a steal by Lopez.
And a steal by Lopez. Puts up the shot. No, but he'll go to the foul line.
And you know what? The 10 of the 12 points being from Stauffenberg, he can do this. You know, he only scored 7 points in Mountain View. And I think that that's one of his worst games this season. But he takes leadership very, very personally. He knows that he's a leader on this team. And if he can, he's going to start off every game like this. But right now they're really asking him for it without McClung and a couple other players here needing him.
Lopez hits the free throw, and we're a tied game, 13-13. After Riverton went out to that fast lead, Lander has come back. Lopez misses the second, so it stayed tied. Rebound by DeVries, down to Paxton. Paxton just outside the line in the corner at Gabrielson. He can't shoot. Behind his back pass goes to Paxton. Turnaround jumper is short. Rebound by Stauffenberg for the Tigers. Stauffenberg brings it down across the timeline. Right side, left side now to Lopez. Lopez in the right corner to Lincoln. Lincoln back to Lopez. Parker 6B for 3. Lander takes the lead. We got a couple of Parkers in the game. And that one was Lander's first lead of the game, 16-13. 6 minutes to go, first half of play. There's a shot for 2 from the other side by DeVries. And it's a 1-point game. Tigers come down. Lopez off to Stauffenberg on top of the key. Over to Bartoni. Bartoni has the ball knocked away from him. Underneath, DeVries lays it up and in. So the steal and the turnover, and Riverton regains the lead. 17-16. Got to watch those passes, guys. Here's Stauffenberg in the corner for 3. No, not good. High for the rebound is Parker Paxton. Paxton brings it all the way down on the right-hand side. In the corner, Gabrielson. Across key to Hutchison. Underneath it goes to DeVries. Back to Paxton for three. No, not good. He gets his own. Gabrielson gets the rebound. No,
Ooh,
not good. We should have had him over the back there. No whistle, and we do have a whistle finally.
Yes, it's going to be.
Stu Mullins cannot believe it.
No, that's going to be a foul on Stauffenberg. Boy, Stauffenberg, Shawn with the ref too.
Boy, that was not what you would call to the liking of Lander fans. That was obviously an over the back by Riverton.
And he elbowed the back of his head. I mean, there was no doubting that Stauffenberg got hit hard in the back.
And he comes out of the game now.
He's upset.
Washburn comes in.
Oh, I would be.
Stu Mullins is inconsolable on the sideline. Riverton has the ball. There's the inbounds pass. Shots up and good.
Far too easy.
Just coming into the game, Eric Lucas for two, and it's 19-16. Down court, here's Lincoln. Lincoln over to Parker Sixby. Behind his back pass goes off of Stauffenberg and out of bounds.
No, that's Bartoni. Stauffenberg came out, but they have the same hair, and that was a great play.
Oh, sorry, Bartoni.
That was a great play there by Lucas to get the ball and throw it at Bartoni's legs. That's something that I've seen happen to Lander far too often. They kind of just let the ball go out of bounds thinking that it'll be their ball, and someone else with a lot more hustle will jump out of bounds and throw the ball back at him. That happens to him far too often.
Ty Sheets gives it off to Paxton. Back to Sheets, brings it into the forecourt, looks in the corner for Monroe. Monroe fakes the shot, brings it across the key, hands it off to Paxton. Paxton on top of the arc now. Near side it goes to Sheets. Underneath to Vincent. Vincent shot is up, not good. Rebound goes to the Tigers. Parker Sixby gets it off to Lopez. Lopez down the court in the middle of the lane. Lost the handle on the basketball. It's on the floor. We have a held ball. And let's see, who's it going to go to? Held ball stays with Lander. Well, just like we saw in the previous game, Tigers have a little bit of trouble handing the ball once it hits the floor. Lopez takes it out, 4:22 to go, first half of play. 3-point lead by Riverton. Ball's knocked out of bounds, and it'll go to Riverton. They say it's off Washburn. So taking it out of bounds is Jason Vincent.
Lander not getting very many calls going their way right now. They need to think about that when they start to go up for some of those contested shots.
Sheets over in the corner now with his Lucas. Lucas back to Paxton. Near side, Ty Sheets. Sheets in the lane, pumps it back to Paxton. Back outside on top, back to Paxton. Long shot. No, off the iron. Not good. Oh, great rebound by Lucas underneath the Monroe. Whistle goes out of bounds. Lander gets the basketball. And the Abe Lucas brings it down. Whistle. Oh, and a foul on Lander. No, as they say, the ball was off Bartoni and out of bounds.
Wow.
Mullins is up again. He can't believe it.
There
have been bodies on the floor, players crawling up over Tigers' backs, and no whistles. 3:46 to go. Second period of play. Riverton leads by 3, and they'll have the ball in the backcourt. Mullins is still up.
Oh, he's angry, and as well he should be. There's two very blatant calls that have not been called.
Here's Paxton for the Wolverines. Over to Gabrielson. Gabrielson in the middle. It goes to Hutchison. Hutchison shot is up off, not good. Rebound goes to Lincoln. Lincoln fights for the rebound and comes away with it. Whalen down to Bartoni. Bartoni drives the baseline. Whistle, and we have a foul on Riverton on the drive. And who's that going to go against? Is it going to be Gabrielson?
Paxton.
No?
No, Paxton, yeah.
Yeah, it's against Parker Paxton, his first.
And Stu Mullins just says, finally, something.
Here's Washburn on the inbounds play to Lincoln. Lincoln at the free throw line, loses the handle on it. The floor, it's on the ground. Lincoln gets it right back. Monroe has it, whistle traveling.
Yeah.
It'll go to Lander.
It's hard to call it travel when you're on your butt, but if you slide more than 2 slides, maybe you go, that's 2 steps.
19-16, 3:15 to go, first period on the WyoToday.com scoreboard. Lander will have it out in front of the Riverton student body. Coming into the game now for the Tigers is Monroe Black.
Jainito Monroe Black. Just use his last name. We get it wrong every single time if we don't.
Yeah, here's Lopez now, far side outside, midway between the two lines, around to Whalen, now to Black, back to Whalen on top, back to Black. Black in the corner, Lopez. Lopez tries to move inside, blocked away to Black. Far side, it goes to Washburn. Now to Lopez. Lopez in the lane, shots off the glass, no, and we have a foul going to be called on Monroe of Riverton. First personal foul on Monroe. And it's going to be a shooting foul for
NVU. We got Parker Paxton on one side, Parker Sixby on the other. You got Drevin Monroe on one side. You got Jainito Monroe Black on the other side. You're just going to be back and forth today. I already know it.
All right, here's the shot up, not good by Lopez. He's until halftime. Riverton leads by 3, 19-16. Crowd making lots of noise. Second shot is good. That quiets them down. 19-17, a 2-point lead. Just under 3 minutes to go. Here's Paxton. Paxton gives it off to Ty Sheets. Sheets down court, traveled. Turnover Riverton. Lander will have the ball in the Riverton backcourt. 2:42 to go, first half, 19-17. Riverton by 2. Wolverines 9-2 on the year. The Lander Tigers are 8-3. In different conferences, of course. The Wolverines in Class 4A. Lander in Class 3A. Here comes Lopez. Off to Bartoni. To Washburn. Washburn, bounce pass into Lopez. Lopez in the paint, kicks it out to Whalen. Now over to Washburn. Ball's knocked away. It's on the ground. Picked up underneath to Bartoni, and he loses the ball out of bounds.
That all stemmed from Nathan Hutchison, and he really is one of the better defensive players on this team. He admitted it. He doesn't get brought in to score. He gets brought in to play defense. That's exactly what he did there.
DeVries has it on the far side in the backcourt. Bounce pass all the way into Gabrielson. Gabrielson over to Paxton. Paxton drives the paint, puts up the shot, off, not good. Rebound by Bartoni. He kicks it over to Lincoln. Lincoln down to Lopez. Lopez drives the baseline, spins, shoots, hits. Lopez with a real nice shot, and we are tied at 19.
That's a perfect representation of what Lopez wants to do every single possession.
Minute 51 to go until halftime. We're all tied. Ball's knocked away, picked up by Vincent for Riverton to Hutchison. Hutchison on the baseline, underneath to Gabrielson, and he is fouled. Could have been 3 seconds in there. We had a couple of players parked inside the paint.
A few, yeah. The refs here are calling what they want to call, it feels like.
Foul is going to go against Bennett Washburn, his first. Cade Gabrielson at the free throw line for the Wolverines. 1:40 to go. We're all knotted up at 19 here in this full house at Wolverine Gym. Shot's good. He'll get one more. Minute 40 to go. Riverton by 1. And coming back into the lineup is Ty Sheets. And coming out is Derek DeVries.
Coach Sheets, a KU guy like myself. He's the only person I met out here that has a KU sticker. Everyone seems to be a little disappointed in me.
Shots off, not good. Tigers get the rebound. Down court, Lopez. Top of the key, it goes to Black, to Bartoni, to Black, to Lopez. Lopez looking to move, moves toward the paint, hands it off to Whalen. Whalen, minute 23 to go. Far side, Washburn. Washburn, Bartoni. Bartoni on the near side. Across the court it goes to Black. Back to Bartoni on top. Whalen on the left side.
There's an open Lopez.
There's a Lopez. Shots up, and it rolls in and rolls out. Not good. Lopez gets the rebound and covers up the ball.
And they do. They called the timeout perfectly, right on time.
Yep.
And that's going to be timeout Lander. 1:02 left to go in this second quarter. Lander down 20-19. You're listening on 93.1 KFCW, and we're streaming on WYO Today's YouTube page.
Ernie over and Shawn O'Brate back with you here at Wolverine Gym. Exciting game, full house. 62 seconds to go here in the first half of play. And Lander will be
I would like a count of
ball.
how many people we have in this building, because it's got to be reaching near capacity right now.
Yeah, it's probably close to 2,500 to 2,700. The capacity here is just over 3. There's a bad shot by Lopez, partially blocked. Outlet to Vincent, 2-on-2 break. Vincent on the far side outside. Gives it underneath. There's a shot by Hutchison, no good, and a foul is going to be called. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Personal foul is going to be whistled against the Tigers, and that's going to go Bennett Washburn. That's his second. 6-team foul. Each team has 6 fouls. Line.
He's going to Nebraska next year to play baseball for McCook Community College.
Yeah, that was a nice feature you wrote on him in the Ranger Journal.
His family and I have become really close, especially over the Raiders season. He's a great baseball player. He's a really good basketball player, but boy, he is a great baseball player.
2 for 2 from the line for Nathan, and Riverton goes up now 22-19. Washburn on the far side outside. Around the key it goes to Lopez. Lopez holding the ball over to Black. Black to Whalen, far side outside, midway between the two lines to Lopez. Lopez tries to penetrate. This is a 360 whistle, traveling called. Well, that was a good trade. Took about 2 or 3 steps that time.
He did, and that's what he likes. He doesn't like to travel, but what he likes to do is go inside, do that little spin move when he picks up the ball. That is his bread and butter. He loves to do that, but sometimes he takes a little bit too long of a step, and sometimes he gets a little bit too physical there and gets the charge every now and then.
27 seconds to go. Riverton by 3, looking to make a larger lead here at halftime. There on the far side is Vincent. Vincent can't shoot. On top to Gabrielson, 14 seconds to go. Paxton has it now with 10 seconds to go. Paxton makes a move to his right side. He's just outside the arc. 4 seconds to go. Over to Vincent. In the corner, there's a shot up and not good, and that's the end of the first half of play. And after one, it's the Riverton Wolverines. After the first half, Riverton Wolverines 22, the Lander Valley Tigers 19. And we'll be back with our halftime show brought to you by Central Wyoming College after this.
When repairs are complete after a collision, you expect your car, SUV, or truck to look like new. That's the service you'll receive at Stork Auto Body in Riverton. Professionalism and meticulous attention to detail. You can depend on Stork Auto Body, 841 Miniweb Avenue, Riverton.
From the wide open spaces to the canyon near you, Wyoming.com is reaching more homes and businesses than ever before. For more than 25 years, we've aimed to provide the best internet and phone service to meet the needs of our customers all across the great state of Wyoming. Now it's getting even better. Wyoming.com, expanding to an area near you. Wyoming.com. We're out there.
Are you a caring person that wants to help but not sure where to go? Wyoming Senior Citizen Inc. is looking for caregivers across the state. Call 307-856-6880 to find out more information. They would like to wish all Fremont County athletes good luck this year.
Community Health Centers of Central Wyoming has locations across Fremont County ready to serve you at DuBois Medical Clinic, Riverton Community Health, and Lander Community Health Pediatrics. We accept all forms of insurance, including Medicaid and Medicare. Are you struggling to get medical care? Ask for their sliding fee scale. From family medicine to pediatrics, Community Health Centers are here to serve you. Call 307-463-7160 or visit chccw.org to schedule your appointment.
If your vehicle needs repair, you can depend on the crew at Extra Care Auto Repair. They can repair almost anything with wheels, gas, diesel, domestic, or import, and their work is top quality and reliable. Extra Care Auto Repair on North Federal in Riverton.
Your car or truck is an investment. When it needs repairs, you need someone you can trust to do the job right. Take it to Gunner's Automotive. They repair all makes and models of cars and trucks, from oil changes to brakes, tires, and more. Gunner's Automotive, 856-2288.
Our halftime show is brought to you by Central Wyoming College. For information on their wide range of courses and programs, including their 4-year bachelor's degree programs, visit cwc.edu. Central Wyoming College, make your way out here. Well, Shawn O'Brien, it's been a very fast-paced game. Riverton, the odds-on favorite for this game, with their record coming in 9-3, have held the upper hand for just a short time. The Tigers caught up and tied and took the lead, and then Riverton got it right back.
Yeah, and we knew this was going to be a fast-paced game. These two offenses, two very, very different offenses. Lander likes to be physical. They have some shooters, but they love to get inside the paint. You've already seen Abe Lopez, Brennan Stauffenberg try and do that themselves. And then on the other hand, Riverton is just full of shooters. They got Parker Paxton, Derek DeVries, they got Vincent. Nathan Hutchison likes to take some shots outside. They are just full of shooters, and there is not a lot that they can't, there's not a lot of spots that they can't make the shot from. So there's got to be one thing that Lander does, and Riverton from shooting like they were in this first half, that's got to be some better defense on the outside of the key.
Yeah, I've got Lander green out. Well, I'm a Lander grad, so I'm being very neutral here in this game, right, Lars? Yeah, he's laughing.
The Riverton golf coach here wearing all red.
Yeah.
Coach Flanagan, I'm a little bit more neutral. I got pink on. It's kind of in between. Yeah.
Yeah,
you got to wear the Chiefs stuff after we won, so there we go.
That's right. Yeah, and of course, Lars Flanagan is retiring from teaching
not
at
coaching.
The end of the school year, but he's going to remain the Riverton Wolverines golf coach, and they've won, 6 championships in the last 8 years, I believe.
And, a lot of it has to do with the Paxton brothers, Easton and Parker. Parker already got a scholarship to Colorado. He's going to be hanging out with Deion Sanders down in Colorado. It's going to be a Buffalo, or I guess, are they the Bison, the Colorado Buffalo?
They're the Buffs.
Thought so, yeah. So that's going to be really exciting for Parker. He's so good at golf that he's already gotten that scholarship 2 years before he graduates. He is a junior right now, so it's going to be interesting to see what he does. And he's really good at basketball, too. If he worked a little bit harder at maybe pushing his videos out there for basketball, who knows? He could have gotten a scholarship for basketball somewhere.
On our CWC halftime show, Brennan Stauffenberg has nearly half of Lander's points. He has 10 of the 19 points. Parker Sixby has 3. Braden Lincoln has 2. And Abe Lopez has 4. For the Riverton Wolverines, their scoring has been across the board. They've had a total of 7 players in the book. Jason Vincent with 5, Derek DeVries with 4, Ty Sheets with 2, Cade Gabrielson with 1, Parker Paxton with 5, Nathan Hutchison with 2, and Eli Lucas with 2 points. At the end of the first period of play, the Riverton Wolverines led 13-7. In the second period, the Lander Tigers outscored the Riverton Wolverines 12-9, and our halftime score is Riverton 22 and Lander 19.
And I'm just going to keep it here for our halftime show. We got something a little bit special here. I'm going to take the CWC logo off, and it's not that we are doing anything with our CWC, but the Riverton basketball team putting on a 3-point contest here. They picked 10 numbers out of a hat if you bought a 50-50 ticket. And I believe that if you win the 3-point contest, I think you win the 50-50. So it's not just you get lucky and get your ticket called. You get lucky enough and you get your ticket called, you're a 3-point shooter during halftime. And I don't know how many he just made, but I saw at least a handful there.
Yeah. All right, here comes the second bunch of folks in now. I think he made about 3 of them. I wasn't sure.
We have a Trash Panda, local baseball team here. We've got a Trash Panda that's about to take some shots. He looks a lot younger than the rest of the kids that got their number picked.
Sure does. Okay, there
There's
he goes.
some adults up there.
Yeah, we're about 3 minutes away from the end of the halftime show, brought to you by Central Wyoming College, and we have this 3-point contest. The second group of folks not as successful as the first group. No one's made one yet, Shawn.
No, and like I said, he's a lot smaller. He's got to push up a lot of energy to get that ball from the 3-point range. There's an air ball. There's one.
All right. We have a full house here tonight in Wolverine Gym, somewhere around 2,700 folks or so. The capacity of the gym is 2,800.
I don't know if we're at that many, but there's quite a few here. I would definitely say at least above 1,000 here.
Oh, there's more than that.
I know, but you got to think some of these people here also just going to school. There's also so many that are surrounding the edges. It's not just in the bleachers. They're sitting on the sidelines. Lots of kids out here playing. Student section is fully packed.
At one time, Fremont County had the 3 largest high school gyms in the state, with Wyoming Indian, Riverton, and Lander. Since that time, Lander's remodeled their gym and have lost about 250 seats. Wyoming Indian bought new bleachers here 2 years ago, and they lost some seats. And Riverton, they're about to lose these bleachers. They're squirreling away $500,000 to replace these bleachers.
They are pretty old. I mean,
they came with the school 40 years ago. So, that'll be something to look forward to in Riverton here in the next year or so. Something I'm looking forward to, Shawn, is going back up to Warland, where they've completely rehabbed the Warrior Gym up there, replaced everything in there, including the floor. So that'll be kind of fun to go back and see. Their bleachers had been in there for 55, 56 years.
Yeah, I'm excited for a couple games. I am excited to go to Warland, not just because of the game, but because we've made good friends with the Warland radio host, and he's a Houston Texans fan, so I like to give him some grief here and there as a Chiefs fan who his team lost to mine so many years ago in the playoffs, and he's also a Houston Astros fan. We like to call him cheaters around here, but he's fun. He's a good guy, and I think that Lander versus Warland rematch is going to be one of the better games of the year. I think Lander will know how to play him just a little bit better. They still won't have Kyson McClung, as his arm is now fully in a cast, not just in a sling anymore.
Yeah, he had surgery on his arm.
And, I talked to Coach Mullins after the Mountain View game, and he said that he's acted like an assistant coach, and he's done a really good job.
This wraps up our halftime show, brought to you by Central Wyoming College. For information on their wide range of courses and programs, including their 4-year bachelor's degree programs, visit cwc.edu. And our halftime score, Riverton 22, Lander 19, in front of this very large crowd here in Riverton. And they've been pretty well behaved, doing a lot of cheering, and that's what you like to see from a crowd.
Yeah, it's getting up there.
Okay, the Lander Tigers are back out on the floor. Coach Stu Mullins has his starters up. We're going to go with Caleb Bartoni, Parker Sixby, Brennan Stauffenberg, Abe Lopez, and Bennett Washburn. And for the Riverton Wolverines, our starters are going to be Derek DeVries, Joel Vincent, Nathan Hutchison. We have Parker Paxton out there, and also Cabe Gabrielson. And the Wolverines will get the ball to start the second 16 minutes of play, split into 2 8-minute quarters. Gabrielson takes it out right in front of the Riverton student body. Inbounds comes to DeVries. DeVries across the timeline, back to Gabrielson. Across the key, back to Gabrielson. In the corner, it goes to Paxton. Back over to Gabrielson. In the middle to Hutchison. Back over on the near side. DeVries for 3. No, not good. Rebound by Brennan Stauffenberg. We didn't see Stauffenberg the last half of the second quarter. After that foul underneath the basket, he set out the second half of that second quarter. Here's Washburn with the ball to Lopez. Lopez on the right side outside, back to Washburn. Washburn moves it in toward the center to Paxton, or to Parker Sixby, to Abe Lopez, who puts it up and in. Well, I've called Abe a little bit of everything this season.
Yeah,
and that was Labe that time. Here's Paxton with the ball. Paxton across the timeline, drives it all the way into the paint, puts up a shot, in and out, and in. Paxton's shot went in and went right back out. He has 7 points in the game, 24-21, 3-point lead by Riverton. Here's Lopez on the far side outside for the Tigers. Hands it off to Washburn at the free throw line to Parker Sixby. It is Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg drives in, does a 360 in the lane, kicks it out to Washburn. Back to Stauffenberg, who faked the 3. Now to Lopez. Lopez drives in to Washburn to Stauffenberg. On top, Lopez again. Far side, Sixby. Sixby in the lane. Kicks it out to Washburn. Washburn underneath to Bartoni. His shot's not good. Rebound goes right off of Washburn and into the hands of the Wolverines. Down court, Paxton drives to baseline, and there's going to be a blocking foul on Lander. No, he stepped on the end line.
And Parker can't believe it. He's laughing about it, but he said, I was fouled first.
24-21, 6 minutes to go, third period of play. Riverton with the lead. Here's Lopez down off to Bartoni. Bartoni to Lopez, has the ball knocked away by Vincent. Vincent one-on-one, puts it up and in. Nice shot by Jason Vincent. He now has 7 points in the game, and it's a 5-point Riverton lead. 26-21. Have to be careful with that basketball, folks. Riverton is very handy with the steals. In the corner, here's Parker Sixby. Gives it off to Washburn. On top, Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg drives to his left side, over to Lopez. Lopez does a spin move,
Almost
back over to Stauffenberg. In the corner, Stauffenberg wanted to take a three but didn't. Lopez is in the corner now. He drives toward the basket, turns around, shot's way short. Rebounded by DeVries. Fast break for Riverton. Off to Paxton. Shot's not good.
That was Hutchison, and he doesn't
14.
take very many threes.
I'm sorry, 14. Hutchison, yes, that's right. Paxton is 12. Here's Stauffenberg. Thank you for that correction. Here's Abe Lopez over to Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg holding the ball above his head. Comes over to Washburn on the right side outside in the corner. Bartoni to Lopez. Lopez on top to Washburn around the key. Stauffenberg for three. In and out. Not good. Rebound by Bartoni. Turnaround jumper. Oh, it rolls off the rim. Not good. Rebound by Parker Paxton for Riverton. 4:30 to go. Third period. 5-point lead by Riverton. In the middle of the lane. Off now to Vincent. Now to Gabrielson in the corner near side. Gabrielson pounds it back out. In the middle it goes. Hutchison. Hutchison stops 7 feet away, off to Paxton. Paxton drives the lane, shots up off, not good. Rebound fought for by Vincent, who wins and scores.
Vincent,
nice muscle job by Vincent.
Vincent very good at second chance opportunities, and he's going to take that foul there. And he knew what he was doing. That's going to be 3 shots for Stauffenberg at the line. He did a little Trae Young move there.
Foul goes against Nathan Hutchison, his second. So Stauffenberg to the line for the Tigers. He's 2 for 2. Has a total of 10 points in the game. He'll get 3 here. Shot's good.
Stauffenberg even admitted that free throws have been kind of an issue for him this year.
Here he goes again. Shot number 2. Bingo. And shot number 3 coming up. And we have wholesale changes for the Tigers. Lincoln comes in. Whalen comes in. See, Martoni is also in there. Lincoln, Sixby, Stauffenberg, Whalen, and Bartoni. Well, Stauffenberg makes all 3 of the points, and it is now a 4-point game, 28-24 in the backcourt. Riverton looking to get away. There's Ty Sheets with the ball underneath the basket to Monroe. There's Paxton from the corner. Got it. 3 points. And Riverton quickly calls timeout. It's 31-24, 7-point lead. Back after this.
Don't have a lot of time. Expressway Lubes on South Federal in Riverton and Highway 789 in Lander provide a fast, professional lube oil and filter change. Expressway Lubes, locally owned and proud to support our local student athletes.
Wyoming Community Bank is ready to serve you. Stop in at any one of their branches located in Riverton, Lander, and DuBois. A bank that is owned and operated by the locals of Fremont County. Wyoming Community Bank. They're here to help you. Want access to local news, sports, events, and more? Download the WYO Today app. Now available on all platforms. Stream your favorite radio station, submit something to buy, sell, or trade for deals on the dial, or view contests and special coupons. Better yet, the WYO Today app is the best way to access free HD video of Fremont and Hot Springs County athletics. It's all at your fingertips. Head to your app store or visit wyotoday.com to download the WYO Today app now.
Ernie over and Shawn O'Braid back in Riverton, where the Wolverines have a 7-point lead over Lander. 3:46 to go, period 3. Lander with the basketball. Here is Caleb Bartoni on top to Lincoln. Over to Whalen. Whalen with the ball, dribbles, back over to Bartoni. Bartoni in the near side, Stauffenberg just outside the arc on the right side. Brennan dribbles the ball, gives it off to Whalen. Back to Stauffenberg at the free throw line, loses the ball, but picks it right back up to Whalen. Whalen at the free throw line, off to Sixby. Sixby back to Whalen. Whalen just outside the arc, looked like he wanted to shoot. Gives it over to Lincoln. Now to the Sixby, back over to Lincoln. Lincoln tries to drive the baseline, kicks it way out, ball stolen away by Monroe for Riverton. Monroe has it, lays it up, and it's blocked. And are they going to call a foul on Stauffenberg?
I believe they are. Stauffenberg has had a rough night with these refs.
Yeah, that's his third personal foul. That sure looked like a good block. Ball didn't go in, but Monroe at the line for Riverton. His first opportunity at the charity stripe tonight, and he makes it count. 32-24, Riverton's lead is extended. Changes again for the Lander lineup. Coming in is Black, Washburn, and who else came in?
I wasn't looking. I apologize.
Yeah, well,
trying to make sure our Wi-Fi is working, which it's up and down. Apologize for any technical difficulties, by the way.
Shot is up and good by Monroe. He gets both. It's 33-24, largest lead of the game by the Wolverines. Here's Stauffenberg off to Washburn. Near side, Parker Sixby. On top to Stauffenberg. He faked the three, tries to drive in off the Black. Now to Sixby. In the corner, Stauffenberg faked the three. With knocked to the ground, called for traveling.
Again, Stauffenberg not having it with these refs right now.
Stu Mullins is up off the bench. Lander fans, you might have heard them in the background. They didn't like the call either. 2:38 to go, third period, 33-24. Riverton with the lead. The Wolverines were favored in this contest, and they're making good on that. Here's a shot from the corner. Oh, nothing but net. And that goes in for Ty Sheets, the coach's kid. And it's 36-24, 12-point lead. Stauffenberg on the outside. On top to Lopez. Back over to Stauffenberg for three. In and out. Not good. Riverton gets the rebound. It's Ty Sheets with the basketball. Sheets brings it across the timeline. On the left-hand side, goes across the court to Gabrielson in the corner. Paxton. Gabrielson on top of the key. Gabrielson bounce pass underneath the basket. Hutchison for two.
Hutchison, very, very much so a defensive guy. Stu's going to call a timeout to stop the bleeding, as well he should. 38-24, Riverton leading with 1:46 left to go in this third quarter. It's been all Riverton so far.
High Plains Power is a Touchstone Energy Cooperative. What does that mean for you as a Rural Electric Association member? It all comes down to 7 principles: open membership, one voice, one vote, member benefits, independence, education, cooperation, and community. To understand how it all works, we're headed back in time. In 1879, electricity was in major cities, but rural areas were out of luck. In 1935, President FDR made it possible for companies to build power lines to unserved areas. By the time we hit 1941, some 400 electric co-ops had been organized to serve rural America, just like High Plains Power. For more information, visit highplainspower.org.
Visit Lander Gambles to make your home feel like new. They will beat any competitor's price. Stop by to speak to one of the sales agents or visit landergambles.com. Lander Gambles will help you find the perfect product that fits your budget and lifestyle. Lander Gambles, 420 Main Street, Lander, Wyoming.
Ernie over and Shawn O'Braid back with you at Wolverine Gym. Riverton leading 38-24. Minute 46 to go here in the third period, and Riverton starting to pull away in this game, Shawn.
Yeah, Lander has to do something besides chuck up some threes. Obviously, they want to get all these points back at once. They just can't do that.
Here's Lopez. Lopez in the middle of the paint, loses the ball, tried to do a 360, lost the handle on it, and it goes over to Washburn. Washburn to 6B for three. No, not good. Fight for the rebound. We have a held ball, and it will go to Lander.
And that was kind of lucky that it was a held ball because it was all in Hutchison's hands. There was just two Lander players kind of slapping at it.
Black looks like he got slapped in the nose. He's trying to wipe his nose off. There is a shot up by Black. It's not good. Rebound goes to Riverton down court. Gabrielson whistle, and we have a bloody nose on Black, and he's going to come to the sideline and get some attention by the trainer. I noticed that over in the far corner.
Yeah, I think I see some blood on the corner over there.
Yeah.
There's someone there looking for a towel.
Yeah, Bartoni comes in for the Lander Tigers. And they're looking over on the far side there where he was standing. I guess they don't see any.
Yeah, they got to double check. This is one of those safety precautions because anybody slips on that blood and boom, you got an injury. You got to use the insurance from the team. I think we're going to take this break with them while they kind of wipe down and look for some blood. We'll be back in 20 seconds.
To the court, to the pool, and beyond, Fremont County athletes give their blood, sweat, and tears for their teammates and community. Why compromise that with alcohol or marijuana? Help your athlete make the most of their playing time by avoiding the dangers and impact that substance use can have on their performance and future. For more resources and information, visit FremontCountyPrevention.com.
During winter storms, it doesn't take long for roads to turn slick. Snowfall is often accompanied by high winds, and blowing and drifting snow can make it difficult to see the road. Speed limits are based on dry pavement conditions and good visibility. Be ready to reduce speed and increase following distance. Crashes are twice as likely to happen when it's slick out, and it's usually because someone is driving too fast for conditions. Remember, when there's ice and snow, take it slow. This message is brought to you by WYDOT.
Reggie Miller on the far side, wiping up some of the blood on the floor from Black's nosebleed. He got whacked underneath the Riverton basket or the Lander basket, and finally called attention to the official who called time. And now they've got their sanitary spray out there, and they're wiping up the floor. And we should be ready to go here in just a moment or so. 1:19 to go in the third period of play. Riverton up by 14 points, and it didn't take him that long to build that lead.
No, it did not. And I just want to go on record and say he does much more than just clean up blood. He's got a lot of job titles here, but athletic director and activities director being the main one.
And assistant principal of the year.
Oh, yes.
From the Wyoming School Boards Association. So congratulations to Reggie Miller.
He deserves it, and his family's been through so much, obviously. But he has put together a good crew of coaches here. They're going to be looking for a new football coach, too. I just talked to the former football coach just down a couple of seats
Troy
in front
Anderson,
of us. And you know, that was an amicable breakup between the two of them, but they will be looking for new leadership. Same with Lander's football coach as well.
Yeah, Lander made the playoffs 5 years in a row, and Riverton missed the playoffs 5 years in a row. So the Wolverines looking for a new coach.
Riverton got in, they just lost right away.
Well, the fifth year, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, the Lander Tigers will have the ball. No, Riverton Wolverines, I'm sorry, will have the ball. Bringing it down court is DeVries. DeVries has the ball knocked away by Lopez. It'll still be Riverton's ball in front of the Riverton student section.
They got to do something about the way that Riverton's being able to pass it around. They need to try and get in between, play a little bit more sticky defense if you can.
Brody Dale into Lucas in the middle to Hutchison. So Riverton's made some changes too. Hutchison gives back out to Vincent. Bounce pass over on the far side. It goes to Brody Dale in the corner. Back to Vincent. Now there's Lucas for three. Well, you can't leave him open. Lucas gets it 41-24. Wolverines starting to pull away. Let's see if the Tigers can respond. Here's Parker Sixby on top to Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg, near side, Bartoni. Bartoni
Bad pass.
Threw it away. Bad pass. Turnover, Tigers all the way down. Layup is up and good. And that's another basket by Jason Vincent. And it's now 43-24, 19-point bulge by the Wolverines.
You got to wonder how this team would be looking right now if they still had Kyson McClung shooting threes.
Absolutely. Underneath the basket, shot foul is going to be called on Riverton, and Bennett Washburn will go to the free throw line.
Yeah, McClung
Purchase foul against Hutchison is third.
McClung was averaging 11 points a game, and he was doing a lot of that from the three-point range, and you know that everyone on this team, including him, would love to be out there right now.
Washburn at the free throw line looking for his first point, and it doesn't come on that free throw. Hit the back of the iron. And we have Monroe and Paxton coming back into the game for Riverton. 9 seconds to go here in the third period. Riverton's up 43-24 over the Tigers. Next shot is in the air. He misses both. Paxton gets the rebound. 7 seconds to go. Let's see if he fires one. Paxton on top of the key. No, Vincent in the lane. Puts up the shot. No! And that's the end of the third period of play. And after three, it's Riverton 43 and Lander 24.
Wyoglass wants to wish all the Lander Valley Tiger teams good luck this year. Wyoglass is locally owned and operated in Lander. They bleed green. Call or stop in today to get a quote on a window or get a quick fix on your window for a rock chip. Wyoglass is Lander.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Well, Shawn O'Brate, Riverton outscored Lander 21-5 in that third period.
It felt like it. You didn't know what the point differential was, but it just felt like Riverton dominated. And I don't know what Lander can do right now. They're down 19 points. Nothing's impossible, but they have to start, A, finding the bottom of the net, and B, they have to find a way to stop the shooting of Riverton, which has just been, on point all night long.
Gabrielson to take it out at center line. They're waiting for some fans to get out of the way. People walking over there just inside the court. Okay, the officials got them stopped now. Here's the inbounds pass, goes to Paxton. He'll walk it into the forecourt over to DeVries. DeVries around the horn it goes. There's Paxton, back out Gabrielson. Paxton from the corner, shot's not good, rebounded by Stauffenberg for Lander. Brennan brings it down the court now into the forecourt. Stops over to Lopez, back to Stauffenberg for three. No, it's short. Rebounded by Paxton. Outlet pass to Gabrielson under the basket for two.
And he did exactly what you want to do with an outlet pass like that. You don't want to touch it until it bounces in front of you. A lot of players try and grab it. That leads to a lot of tip balls out of bounds.
45-24. And now there's a shot from the corner by Whalen.
Whalen made 3 straight threes in the game against Mountain View. If he can do anything like that, they have a chance.
Well, it's now 45-27, 18-point lead by the Wolverines. Cross court, Gabrielson has it in the corner. Back to Gabrielson now. Hutchison on top of the arc. Makes a move underneath. There's a nice give and go to Verise for the 2 points. DeVries, I'm sorry. Derek, 47-27. Riverton by 20. 6:40 to go in the game. Here's Stauffenberg off to Lopez for 2, 3. Got it.
2 threes in a row. Let's see if they can do anything with this.
All right, we come down. 6.5 minutes to go. 47-30. 17-point lead. Long pass comes down to Derek DeVries. Across the court to Paxton. Paxton makes a move in the corner. Vincent for 3. No good. Rebound goes off Lander and out of bounds.
Lopez just put his hand out a little bit too far, and he knew it as soon as he reached for it that he wasn't going to get it.
6:14 to go in the game, 47-30. It's been all Riverton. Landers only had one lead in the game, and that was by 3 points. Here's Paxton on top to Gabrielson. Back to Paxton for three. Got it.
He's so good at that. He's never going to miss those when he gets enough time and enough look.
13 points now by Parker Paxton. Here's Lopez coming down court for the Tigers off to Stauffenberg to Whalen. Whalen with the ball outside the arc in the corner. Stauffenberg dribbles, turns around in the lane, turns around, shoots from 7. No, and he hits the ground, and there's a foul going to be called on Nathan Hutchison, I believe. Yeah, that's his fourth. Brennan Stauffenberg goes to the free throw line. Stauffenberg bounces the ball twice, and it goes in and out. Well, that's his first miss tonight. He was 5 for 5 until that shot. 5 for 6 now. 5:43 to go in the game. 50-30 is our score. After that last three-pointer by Lopez. Brennan at the free throw line now for the Tigers. Shots up and good. So he gets 1 of 2, and he's 6 for 7 in the game. 50-31, 19-point lead by Riverton. All alone is Sheets. Whistle, and there's a foul called on Lander under the basket. And it's going to be whistled. Well, I can't read the official signal. 24. Okay, that's Abe Lopez, his second personal foul. Riverton will have the ball out. Go ahead.
Coach Mullins I don't even know if he's able to process what's happening right now.
Here's Whalen all the way down the court, off to Washburn underneath the basket. Turnaround jumper, and he's fouled. Personal foul goes against the Wolverines' Derek DeVries. 5:27 to go in the game. Bennett Washburn at the line for the Tigers. He's 0 for 2 from the line and 0 for 3. That one just spun in and out. Well, when things aren't going your way, Shawn, they don't go your way.
No, they do not, and tonight has been a perfect representation of that.
Next shot up, this one also not good. Rebound by DeVries. Long pass down court to Paxton. Paxton from 15. No, not good. He gets his own rebound. Hands it off to Vincent. Back over to Paxton. Paxton now to DeVries. Back to Paxton in the lane. Kicks it over to Vincent.
Pass.
Almost lost that one. DeVries has it in the middle. Monroe back to DeVries for 3. Got it. His first 3 of the night. 53-31, 22-point lead. Here's Stauffenberg to respond. No, it's short. Rebounded by Lopez. Lopez in the lane, puts it up and one.
A little bit of good news there for Abe. If they're able to put, and they got Ty Sheets on that one, if they're able to put a few more shots on the free throw line with and ones, they can try and break into this lead.
Yeah.
And that wasn't on 2, that was on 0 actually. Jason Vincent.
Yeah, you want to score while the clock is stopped. Here's Lopez at the line. Got it.
He's a little bit more reliable at the free throw line.
Nice three-point play. 53-33, 20-point lead. And Riverton has it in the backcourt. Lander showing some pressure now.
It should be 53-34. There you go. They fixed it.
53-34. Yep. Down court. Parker Paxton with it in the corner. Drawing the baseline. Can't shoot there. Here's Ty Sheets underneath the Paxton. He shoots and one.
Wow, I don't know who that foul was on that one. He was probably double fouled there, and they're going to call it on Sixby.
No, they're going to call it on 10. Braden Lincoln. So here's the old-fashioned three-point play by Paxton. He now has 16 points in the game. 56-34, 4:24 to go in the game. Here's Lopez for Lander. Lopez, does a 360 move and is called for an offensive foul.
That's a 50-50 chance now with Abe Lopez doing the 360 and then the run-in. If he's able to do that and score, I mean, this game would be a 10-point game rather than a 22-point game.
We have a timeout on the floor. Riverton 56, Lander 34.
College now offers Bachelor of Applied Science degrees in Early Childhood Education and Organizational Management and Leadership, with an emphasis in outdoor education, tribal leadership, or business and entrepreneurial leadership. CWC offers 3 ways to learn: online, virtual, and in person. Learn, grow, lead, and advance at Central Wyoming College. CWC is leading the way with expanded programs in the Bachelor of Applied Science degrees.
From one corner of the state to the other, over 82% of Wyomingites wear their seatbelts. And to the 18% who don't, we say, let's buckle up for life, Wyoming.
It's more than clocking in or collecting a paycheck. We are a network of caring professionals who want to be here, dedicated to serving our communities. We are Sage West Healthcare, our 2 campus hospitals in Riverton and Lander. We take pride in our region, our people, and our communities. Located in beautiful central Wyoming, filled with natural recreation in our own backyard. We are neighbors caring for neighbors, a community caring for its own. We are Sage West. We are recruiting the best, like you.
Paxton goes coast to coast. His shot's not good. Rebounded by Lopez for Lander. And we're halfway through the 4th period of play. 56-24, whistle, and a traveling call on the Tigers. So the turnover will give the ball back to Riverton, leading by 22 points. Under 4 minutes to go now. Well, you play these games. This is a non-conference game. Of course, it's a county rivalry, and you always want to win those, Shawn. But Lander can learn a few things from this loss.
Yeah, and they're still a very strong team. They're still going to be feared at the end of this. I have a feeling that this is going to be one of those games they look at on film and just really pick and poke at what they were doing wrong and what they could have done better. They're not going to get this one back, but it's going to be something that they can look at and use for encouragement and fuel in the future.
Paxton fouled by Lincoln on the way down the floor. So it is his 2nd foul on Lincoln. And Hutchison comes back in for Monroe now. Riverton will have the ball on the far side in front of the Riverton student body. Each team has 5 team fouls, 3:48 to go. Official still discussing something. I'm not sure what it is. DeVries brings it in to Paxton. Paxton on top of the arc, stops. Goes to the right side to DeVries. DeVries hands it off to Vincent on top of the key. Oh, and a foul on Lopez.
That's going to be,
yeah, bumped into him there, and that's his 4th.
I don't know if they're really worried about foul trouble right now. They just want to get some points on the board.
Riverton that's the 6th Lander foul. Excuse me there. Coming out of the last stages of...
Abe Lopez got his jaw rocked there.
Yeah, he sure did. He's coming out of the game now. And that's what they were talking about. He's rubbing his jaw. And coming in to replace him is Brooklyn John. Okay, 3.5 minutes to go. Inbounds pass is picked off by Landers. Braden Lincoln. Braden all the way into the basket. Oh, and it's blocked. Nice block by DeVries.
That was. Braden Lincoln hesitated. He needed to go right up there, but he instead dribbled it, brought his hands to the ball, and tried to go up a little bit late. That gave DeVries all the time in the world.
Riverton averaging 1 block a game, and there it was.
I think I've seen another before. So that
well, there might have been 2 in this one, yeah. Here's Whalen on top of the key. Whalen back over to Brooklyn John. Shot's not good. Rebounded by Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg in the lane.
Double dribbled.
Yeah, turnover.
Just not going well for the Tigers tonight.
3 minutes, 19 seconds left in the game. 22-point lead by the Wolverines on their home court. They'll take home the traveling trophy at the end of this one. Lander got it in football. Riverton's going to get it in basketball. Here we go under the basket. Hutchison for two.
If I'm not mistaken, Lander also got it in soccer.
Yes, they did. And, of course, the girls, we thought Lander would do well today, and they did not. They did not do well at all. And Riverton, with their second win of the year, gets the traveling trophy. 2:50 to go. There's Stauffenberg, does a 360. Short shot is off, not good. Rebound fought for, pulled down by DeVries. DeVries outlet pass to Gabrielson. Back out on top. Hutchison for three. It's an air ball.
Yeah, that is not good for Riverton, but great for Lander. It's just a little bit too late. 24 points in 60, 120, and 160 seconds is almost impossible.
Keaton Iron Eyes comes in the game for the Tigers.
He's a big three-point shooter for their JV team, but he is much shorter. He's got to be careful with these taller Riverton players looking to block the ball.
Here's Lincoln over to Whalen underneath to Stauffenberg. Stauffenberg from 7 feet. Oh, no foul called. Outlet pass comes down. DeVries lays it up and in.
Wow, he got lucky
that was
there wasn't
Vincent.
a foul call. Yeah, that was Vincent. He was lucky there wasn't a foul call on that either.
2 minutes to go in the game. 60-34. Long shot up off, not good. Rebound by Iron Eyes, and he gets fouled on the play and will go to the line.
And you see some Lander fans starting to leave the building here. Probably want to get a head start on that drive home. It was a packed parking lot outside.
Yeah, coming in, we got subs coming in now. Nick McIntosh comes in for Riverton for Cabe Gabrielson.
I think I see Brody Dale out there as well.
Yeah.
Brody Dale has grown a lot. I covered him in golf during the summer and fall, and I swear he was at least 10 inches shorter.
Yeah, he really has had a growth spurt this fall and winter.
I joke with him all the time. I feel old when I do it now, but I tell him he needs to stop growing, otherwise he's going to have to get new clubs.
That's right. Next shot by Iron Eyes is not good. Bounces around. There's a steal underneath the basket. Behind his back shot by Lincoln. Not good to John. Brooklyn John has it. Minute 53 to go. Over to Whalen. Whalen wanted the three but couldn't take it. Now we go over on the far side. Peyton Bell is in the game. Shots up off, not good. And bodies on the floor, no whistles. Long shot up in the corner. There's a shot for three by Nick McIntosh. Well, that brings the crowd to its feet as the subs get a three. There's Lincoln in the lane. Shot is blocked by Vincent. There's another three. Up and good. That is Peyton Bell gets his first points of the game. And a timeout called. Minute 18 to go. 63-37.
The staff and board at the Fremont County Fair wish to thank everyone who attended the fair this year. Whether you enjoyed Family Day, a night event, entered a craft show, or showed your livestock, thank you for all your efforts. We'll be moving and grooving next year, so stay tuned.
Well, Riverton taking their starters out, much to the delight of the hometown Riverton fans. They're starting to flee the gym as well, trying to get out to that stuffed parking lot to get out of here before there's a big log jam out front. Here's Monroe for the Wolverines. Gives it off to Ty Sheets. Sheets at the baseline. Back to Monroe. Monroe 360.
Nice
Shots not good. And Lander gets the rebound. Nice rebound by Black. He gives it off to Whalen. Whalen on top of the key. Doesn't move. He's got a lane. Puts it up. And he is hammered. And no foul called. Rebound 3-on-1 by Riverton. Shots up. Good. McIntosh now with 5. 37 seconds to go. Turnover Lander on a long pass.
Yeah, Keaton Ironeyes, he just stopped running. If he had kept running, he would have been keeping up with the ball, but instead he just stopped running and thought it might come to him, and it went right over his head.
Half a minute to go in the game, 65-37. Riverton with the big lead. Monroe has it. Drives
tell
across.
What they're chanting.
Yeah, now over to Ty Sheets. 19 seconds to go. They're doing a little weave out front. running the time off the clock. They don't have to, but they certainly can. Sheets gives it off to McIntosh. McIntosh, well, they're trying to foul him. Whalen tries, but that's the end of the game, and the final score, Riverton 65 and Lander 37.
At Teton Therapy, our people make the difference. You can live pain-free. The amazing staff at Teton Therapy can help in Lander and Riverton.
Papa Murphy's is proud to sponsor this week's Player of the Game. For a limited time, enjoy a Papa Murphy's barbecue chicken pizza made with KC Masterpiece barbecue sauce. After the game or anytime, you can't beat the fresh ingredients and authentic flavor of a Papa Murphy's Take and Bake pizza. And you know it's baked right every time because you baked it yourself. Papa Murphy's on North Federal in Riverton. Drop in or order online at papamurphys.com. Go Wolverines!
Natural Health Solutions offers treatments for a variety of conditions, along with nutritional counseling, chiropractic, acupuncture, and more. Treatment plans designed individually to optimize your health. Call for an appointment, 856-8181 today.
When you purchase your car, do you know if you got the best payment possible? The answer is probably no. Oftentimes, your loan is packed with additional charges that can drive your monthly payment higher than it should be, costing you thousands of dollars more for your car. Hi, this is Patty, and here is your second chance to get the payment you deserve. Visit Atlantic City Federal Credit Union today for a courtesy loan review. We've helped our members save money by refinancing their vehicle with us. Now it's your turn. Open your eyes to a credit union. Atlantic City Federal Credit Union.
Ernie over and Shawn O'Brate back with you here at the Riverton Wolverine Gym. And the Wolverines are out at center court having their photos taken with the traveling trophy that they have won for the second year in a row with a decisive 65-37 win over Lander. Lander was outscored in that final period 22-13, and in the second half Lander was outscored 43-18, Shawn.
Very, very rough night for Lander. Just nothing falling for him. Calls weren't going their way, missing some layups. It was one of those things you just you have those games. Everyone has those games. Michael Jordan had those games where just nothing started to fall. And when it happens that much, you just have a lot of trouble getting out of it.
Well, thank goodness it's a non-conference game. You hate to lose to your rival, but the Tigers still have a lot of season to go. And here on KFCW 93.1, we've got a game, Shawn, Friday night in Pinedale.
Yeah.
With the boys and girls. And then we have a game Saturday in Lander with the Lyman Eagles.
That's our first home game since the first week of the tournament.
Yeah.
And I hope that the home tournament or the home feel of that game will at least bring them out of this funk that they're kind of in. They've lost 2 of their last 3, losing to Warland at the Bighorn Basin and then obviously losing tonight. Mountain View is 2-10. I don't want to say they were an easy opponent, but they definitely had their luck cut out for them coming up against the Tigers. And I just really hope Lander can get back on a different track here. They've had a few good showings even in their losses, even like at the beginning of the season when they lost to Star Valley. They had a pretty good showing offensively and defensively. Tonight, offensively and defensively, they did not have a good showing.
Abe Lopez ended the game as the Tigers' top scorer with 15 points. Brandon Stauffenberg had 14. And then we had 3 players with 3 each. Parker Sixby, Talon
Whelan,
Talon Whelan with 3, and Peyton Bell with 3, and Braden Lincoln with 2.
I think that should just lead into our player of the game since we're going to be short on time here with the way that our internet's been acting. I apologize again. I think Abe Lopez scoring 15 should be Papa Murphy's player of the game. He did a lot to try and keep his team in it. He was getting into some foul trouble late there as they had a lot of calls go against him that might not typically get called. And then I would think Brennan gets the Gatorade, and it looks like most of the players have already left to go back to the bus anyway. And as far as the girls, we never actually did the girls' player of the game, but go ahead and give us the Riverton boys stats before we end up here.
Here's the girls' scorebook. You can look at that and make a decision there. Riverton had 16 points from Parker Paxton, 13 points from Jason Vincent, and then 9 points, Derek DeVries, 6 points from Nathan Hutchison, 5 points from Nick McIntosh, 5 points from Eli Lucas, 4 points Ty Sheets, 2 points each, Monroe and Cade Gabrielson. Lander trailed at the end of the first period 13-7. It was a 3-point game at halftime, 22-19, but Riverton outscored Lander 21-5 in that third period of play to lead after 3, 43-24, and they outscored Lander 22-13 in the fourth period, and that led to the final score here tonight of Riverton 65 and Lander 37.
Yeah, and just going back to the girls' game with those technical difficulties in the middle, we're going to give the Papa Murphy's player of the game to Megan Winfield. She earned it. She put up 2 threes. Again, she did what Abe Lopez did, just tried to keep her team in it when it was pretty obvious that they were not doing a very good job of staying in it as a team. Adeline Anderson had 7, and she really was physically getting dominated. She was being pushed to the ground. I saw her get stepped on once or twice. She had a tough night. We'll give her a Gatorade to try and make up for it. I know it doesn't help the sting of the loss, but there's got to be at least a silver lining today.
Oh, it's snowing outside?
It is snowing outside,
Oh,
yes.
boy. Well, just what we need, some more snow here. We've had, Lander had something like 60 inches of snow, and Riverton's had 45 inches. All-time records for January.
And, of course, it's the first year that I live here, so it's
Yeah,
normal to me here.
Normal to you, yeah. All right, we'll see you later. Take care over there. Yeah, just saying greetings to some of our fans here in the arena. Most of the Lander folks have departed, as have, the other side is almost empty.
Yeah, everything's empty. There's a lot of people on the court celebrating with their family. I see Sheets and Gabrielson and Brody Dale down there all celebrating with friends and family. And I think that they rightfully deserve to after tonight. This marks 2 years in a row that Riverton has taken this trophy home. Boys, at least the boys' side. The girls as well, I believe, too, though.
Yeah, and before
the girls won last year, Lander did, I believe.
Yeah, and before that, Lander had a nice streak going too. So, this goes up and down, back and forth. And as you said earlier, Shawn, when the rivals get together, you have to put away the scorebooks and the records because it doesn't mean much.
Yeah, and basketball and football, high school athletics in general, is very cyclical. It's very rare that your team remains good for very long. If you were to have the same coach for 20 years, it doesn't mean you're going to have 20 years of good football or basketball. And right now it's very cyclical for Riverton as far as basketball goes. They've got one of the better boys teams in the entire state. The way that they can put up points is miraculous. I mean, they can go up, shoot threes, they can go inside, put up a couple twos. I've seen DeVries dunk in practice before, and he can do it in a game. Lander, they are really based on their physical nature. If Brennan Stauffenberg and Abe Lopez can drive into the paint, get a couple dribbles, and go up for the points, that's how they get the bulk of their points. They need good games from Bennett Washburn, from 6B, from Bartoni, in order to have a fully complete offense. Riverton doesn't need that. They could really lean on one or two players, whereas Lander kind of needs to lean on one or two players, and if they have a bad game, no one can really help them out.
Well, it'll be interesting as we play the Pinedale Wranglers Friday night over in Pinedale on the other side of the Wind River Range. We've had an opportunity to see Pinedale twice this year, down at the Rollins tournament and again up in the Bighorn Basin tournament. So they've got a tough team, and it'll be green on green there in Pinedale. They're green and orange, and Lander's green and white.
It'll be a fun game for sure. You can find that game on 93.1 KFCW. As always, your home for Lander Athletics. It'll also be on WYO Today's YouTube page. Stronger connection out there. We'll have a fun time in Pinedale, and we'll have to come right back that night and be ready for a home game in the afternoon, not even at night the next day. I think we have a 3 o'clock tip-off. I'll have to double-check that. You can find all of our times on wyotoday.com. Go to the sports tab and listen to our sports updates during the middle of the day on the radio. And, Ernie, there's not a lot to say here. Lander just did not come prepared for either of these teams.
No, they certainly didn't, especially the girls' team. That was a very disappointing loss. Very disappointing loss for the Lady Tigers as they slipped to 4-8 on the season. Tigers go to 8-3 for the year. Well, that wraps us up here at Wolverine Gym for us. This is Ernie Over on behalf of Shawn O'Brate, our sports club sponsors, and back at the studio, Adam Keel. Thanks, Adam, for your engineering help again tonight. We'll see you again Friday night. Game time is going to be, 5:30 for the girls?
I believe so. Let me double check. Adam, don't take us off just yet. Yes, Pinedale, 5:30 for the girls, 7 o'clock for the boys. That means you and I won't get home for until about midnight.
Yeah, it'll be another long drive.
And then I am reading 3:30 p.m. for the girls at Lander on Saturday against Lyman, 5 o'clock for the boys.
And that will end our long trips on away games. Most of our
of them.
We only have Lovell and Powell and Lyman left to go.
Yeah, and those are back to back, and that'll be a fun time. We'll stay up in Powell or Lovell 2 weeks from now, and that'll be 2 back-to-back really good games, considering Lovell's boys have really come on since that Douglas tournament, and the Powell boys, we saw them last week in the Bighorn Basin.
All right, that's it for us. Again, Riverton wins this one, 65-37, and we will take it back to the station, and Adam Keel. Everyone drive safely, and remember, buckle up every ride, every time.
Why should you choose Lander Medical Clinic or Western Family Care for your health care? In addition to 4 locations in Fremont County, they also provide telehealth. Telehealth can be your go-to answer when you're out of town, on the road, or just can't get to urgent care. All you need is a good internet connection. To schedule a telehealth appointment, call 332-2941 today. That's 332-2941. Lander Medical Clinic and Western Family Care. With telehealth, they're putting your health first every time.